using a whole grain and brown rice and quinoa blend from our partners over at In Harvest instead of just using a regular quinoa. In this recipe, we've got salt, pepper, cumin, olive oil. We got some boneless, skinless chicken breast that we're gonna season. They've been lightly brushed with oil per the recipe. We've got fresh lemon. I decided to use fresh lemon instead of the lime for the chimichurri style sauce just because I like the freshness of these lemons, plus I grated some of the zest for it. We've got some scallions cut up for garnish. We've got the roasted corn. I wasn't able to find really good fresh ears of corn at the market, so I went with just a frozen corn, and we lightly salt and peppered with a little bit of olive oil and roasted that in the oven to give it some color and texture. We've got some baby English cucumbers that I peeled with a peeler and made like ribbons, so it's gonna give us a really nice, attractive, finished piece. And then I've got some very thinly sliced radish, fresh avocado. These are all the ingredients for my a la minute sauce that's gonna go on top. I've got fresh cilantro, fresh basil, lemon zest, and some really thinly sliced scallions, some lime, and in the recipe it calls for using a food processor, but I'm just gonna kind of make a little bit of a mash in the bowl by hand for those who may not have a food processor. All right, so we've got a really nice hot grill here. I got my coals going on the pit. I've got my thing. I'm going to spread them out just a little bit just so they get nice and hot and we get a nice hot area of coverage. I've got my salt, pepper, and my cumin mixed here. I've already pre-brushed this with a little bit of olive oil, and so I'm just going to lightly season. So now we're going to put these directly on the grill, skin side down. Preferably the skin side is the side that looks really smooth and it doesn't have that rough underbelly like that one right there. You can see that's the smooth side, so you want to cook that side first. That's your presentation side. Also, it helps the chicken to not stick. So we're going to put those on for right now, and then we're going to come back and we'll grill the rest in just a moment. Thanks. And then I'm just gonna kind of mash it together, and I'm gonna work it with the back of the spoon just to open up all those oils on the herbs, and then make sure everything kind of gets mixed together appropriately. So I'm using this brown rice and quinoa blend from In Harvest. They're great partners of ours out of Minnesota that do great work. We use a ton of their grains in our operations. And you just want to use a small pot. You want to cover it with cold water, and then you want to simmer it really low, and then let it sit with a lid on it for about 20-30 minutes, and then we're going to go back and fluff it with a fork. We've got our chicken that's been grilled and rested, so a good rule of thumb when dealing with chicken is that whenever you grill something, you cook something in the oven, on the grill, whatever it is, you want to let it rest for about half the time that you grilled it for, the active cooking time. So I'm going to slice it on a little bit of a bias here. We cooked it to 165 degrees internal temperature just to make sure that it's done all the way. And I'm going to take it, put it on my knife and kind of fan it out a little bit. And I'm gonna stick that right on there. I'm gonna take my avocado and I'm gonna put it solid down on the ground, down on the cutting board, and then I'm gonna spin around just like so, all the way around that pith in the center. I'm gonna give it a twist, just like so, nice ripe avocado. I'm gonna slice them in the shell, so you have to kind of watch your hand, or you can take it down to the board. And I'm gonna use a spoon here to just kind of take him out of the shell.